to get in, and I'm going to check the lights on the outside. That's what she'll probably do. So when you get in, you know, just put the key in. If you got to turn the ignition on or whatever, then you'll turn it on. You know, she'll let you know if you just get in, just do this. May not nothing happen. She said, okay, get in, turn your ignition on, and I'm gonna check the lights on the outside. You don't have to start it. Just turn the ignition on, and she'll start to check your lights outside. Left, right, four-way, high beam. She go to the back of the trailer, left, right, four-way. She said, mash your brake, hold it, and then you do that. And then she come back and say, okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the door, and we're gonna go to the coupling. Now you're doing the pre-trip on the outside. And then when you finish that, and she gonna say, okay, let's get in, do the end cab. Make sure you chalk the wheels. And then you get in. Once you get in, then you go ahead and start. I said, well, put the key in the ignition. Now I'm gonna make sure my seatbelt locks. Make sure it unlocks. Make sure it's not cracked, it's not torn. It's properly mounted and secured. And from there, I'm gonna do a safe start. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is check the oil pressure gauge. Make sure my oil pressure gauge is at normal reading. Right now, it's showing about 35 PSI. You tell it that. Whatever it's saying on there. When you see it, when you look at it, you tell it. Checking your temperature gauge for the water. It may not rise up until the engine warms up. Right now, we'll just say it's at 190. Checking the voltmeter for the battery and the alternator. It should be between 12 to 14 volts. Checking your tachometer or your RPM gauge by pressing the gas. Okay, pressing the accelerator, RPM gauge move. Speedometer won't move until the engine, until your truck start rolling, so you don't have to worry about that one. Checking the fuel gauge. Remember, you check the outside, you did the tank. Make sure it matches, the fuel gauge matches the outside tank. So we say it's about a half a tank. From there, checking the PSI gauge for your air pressure. You want it to be normal reading. From 90 to 125. Okay. From there, turn your lights on. Check the indicators in the dash. Right turn signal, left turn signal. The hazards are the four-way flashes. Hazard or four-way flashes. From there, check the high beam. Indicator light comes on in the dash. That's what you're checking. Okay. From there, checking the heat and defrost. Now, if you don't turn it on, you're not checking. If you do this, check the heat and defrost, you're not checking. You got to turn that fan on. Okay, now, checking the heat and defrost, making sure the heat and defrost work. Okay, when you do, just turn it back off. All right, from there, check the windshield. Make sure the windshield is not cracked, it's not broken or damaged, properly mounted, secure. Make sure the rubber seal around the windshield is not missing, it's not damaged, properly mounted and secure. I'm gonna check the windshield wipers. Make sure the wipers work. Make sure the blade is not missing or damaged. Also, I'm gonna check the washer fluid. Pushing this in, checking the washer fluid. Make sure the washer fluid works. If it don't work, don't worry about it. Also, checking the windshield, make sure there's no illegal stickers in the windshield to block my view. Okay? From there, I'm gonna check the windows on both sides, make sure the windows are not broken or damaged. No illegal stickers on the windows to block my view. I'm gonna check my mirrors on the outside, make sure my mirrors not broken or damaged, properly mounted, secured. Also, make sure they're properly adjusted. Okay, I got a window in the back, so I'm down there testing. You got a window back there, so you check the window in the back. Make sure the window in the back is not broken or damaged, properly mounted, secured. The rubber seal is not damaged or missing. It's just like those trucks there. Don't have a big window back there. Okay. From there, I'm checking for my city horn and my air horn. City horn, air horn. Make sure they both work. I'm checking for my emergency equipment. 3 reflector triangle. Spare fuse for each fuse I have in the truck, unless the truck is equipped with circuit breakers. I'm checking also for my fire extinguisher. Make sure it's fully rated and charged, properly mounted and secured. Okay.
Down there, those are located.
Probably be somewhere along in here, because remember, it ain't gonna be all this room, because it's a day cab, just like those trucks. So you don't have to look for it. You know, at least you can just say, well, I'm looking for my emergency equipment. I'll make sure that my emergency equipment is here. 3 reflector triangle, spare fuses for each fuse I have in the truck. Also, fire extinguisher, make sure it's fully rated and charged. properly mounted and secured. So you really don't have to try to find it. Okay, so from there, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my air leakage test. I'm going to turn the engine off. I'm turning the key back to the on position. Release the parking brakes, trailer brakes. Apply the service brakes and hold it for 1 minute. My air pressure should not drop no more than 4 psi per minute on a combination vehicle. Make sure you count that 1 minute. Okay, when the 1 minute is completed, you said now I'm gonna begin to fan the brakes. When I begin to fan the brakes, when I continue to fan the brakes from approximately 60 psi before it reaches 60 psi, the warning buzzer should start sounding, or the indicator light in the dash should come on when I begin to fan. So you started fanning it down. Okay, the light comes on. When you continue to fan the brakes from 20 psi to 40 psi, the parking valve and the trailer valve, they both should pop out. And if they don't pop out, keep fanning it down till it gets to 0. Okay, but you got to watch it. Make sure they both pop out. Okay, now if you're not sure, don't reach up there and do this. If you do, they're going to fail you. Don't touch them. Don't reach up there and touch them at all. Now you let them know. Now I'm going to do a safe start. Start the engine back up, get my air pressure build up. Okay, I'm going to assist it. I'm going to assist it, the air pressure, build it back up. Okay, when it reaches about 60 to 65 psi, that warning buzzer should stop sounding. The indicator light in the dash should go out. But when it reaches 85 psi to 100 psi, it shouldn't take no more than 45 seconds to build up. So don't start counting yet until it gets in between the 70 and the 90. So when between there, it'll be around maybe 85. And that's when you start counting, at 85 to 100, 45 seconds. Okay, a little more. Okay, so now I started counting from 85 to 100. Shouldn't take no more than 45 seconds to build up. So you can use your watch or whatever, keep up with the time, or you can just count 45 seconds, one of the two. And remember now, if you get 45 seconds before it reaches 100, no problem. Okay? Or if it reaches to 100 and you haven't finished the 45 seconds, still no problem. But you got to do this. Okay, so it reaches 100, 45 seconds. So now you let them know, ma'am, I'm going to turn the engine off. I'm going to take the key out. I'm going to go remove the chalk because I'm going to do the brake test. Okay, so since them guys over there on that side can put it on pause or whatever, let me go remove the chalk. I don't want to do it. Leave it over there, so I'll go remove the chalk. Okay, after remove the chalk, get back in, take your time, 3 points of contact. Safe start. Okay, now at this time, go ahead and do the brake test. I'm going to check the parking brakes first. Put it in first gear, or you can put it in the low gear. Release the trailer brakes. Pull gently against the clutch. Just ease up on it. Okay? It's holding like that. You know it's holding. Don't come all the way off the clutch. Just do it something like this. Okay? Put it back in neutral. Pull the trailer brakes back out. Now you let her know, ma'am, now I'm going to check the trailer brakes. Put it in first gear. Release the parking brake. Pull gently against the clutch. Okay? Trailer brake holds. Neutral. Pull the parking brakes back out. Now you let her know, ma'am, now I'm going to check my service brakes. I put it in first gear, release the parking brakes and trailer brakes. I let the truck roll approximately 5 miles an hour. And then I apply the service brake. The truck and trailer should stop smoothly. It shouldn't drift or pull to the right, or drift or pull to the left. And now when you test now, like I was telling them, that guardrail is going to be right in the front of you, not too far like this, not too far. It ain't going to be all the way down there. So guardrail right there, so you can't roll too far. So, okay, you roll a little bit like this. Apply the service brake. Truck and trailer should stop smoothly. It didn't drift to the right and pull to the right, or drift or pull to the left. Pull your brakes back out, back in neutral. Then that's when you let her know, ma'am, I'm finished with my in-cab inspection. Now, like I said, from the beginning, that she didn't give you the key and tell you to get inside, let me check your license on the outside. If she didn't say that when you first go down, then this is the time you can let her know then. Now you done got through with the in-cab, you said, well, ma'am, would you mind stepping outside and help me check the lights on the outside? Okay. Then when she finished doing that, then she'll step out, then she'll check it. But more likely, they're gonna check it from the beginning. When she give you the key, she's gonna tell you to get in first. And then she's gonna check the lights on the outside. Okay? So after that, once you finish the service brake test, ma'am, I'm finished with my in-cab inspection. Make sure you put it back in neutral, pull your brakes out. But just don't keep reaching up there, touching them or nothing like that. Do the whole test. Don't reach up and touch it. If you're doing you're checking the parking brakes, push it in the red one. Pull it back out when you finish. When you're checking the trailer brakes, push it in the yellow one. When you finish, pull it back out. Just don't keep touching them like that. So just remember that in your mind. If you study that video, you should be okay. Like I said, once you finish, then that's it. And then from there, when she step out of the truck or whatever, she gonna say, okay, I want you to do is go around the building, just like the building right there. She gonna say, go around the building, and what I want you to do is pull right between the cones, like right here, and you pull between the cones. I'll be standing there and let your tandem pass the cone, and then that's where you're gonna start doing the straight line backing. She'll be standing right here. You get out. I mean, once you go all the way around the building, come back, you're gonna come right between the cones like this. And she's standing right there. Once your trailer clear that cone, stop, or she'll stop you, one of the two. When she do, then that's when you do straight line. You know, you let her know you're ready or whatever. She'll tell you, blow the horn or throw your thumb up or something. Let me know you're ready or whatever. And when you do, straight line back. When you do the straight line, when you pass the cone back there with the front bumper, put it back in neutral, blow your horn, pump, let her know you finished. She gonna say you got one pull up free and one get out. And then she may not tell you nothing according to who you get. But you should already know because you're going to test Friday, tomorrow. So you should already know what to do. Okay? All right. So, like I said, if you study that video and whatnot, you shouldn't have no problem passing the test. I promise you. But before you go test the DDS, though, you know, the day you say they're going to schedule you on a Thursday, Wednesday, when you come up to practice, and then make sure you get with me and say, hey, Joe, let's do the in-cab right quick. I want to see you make sure I got it. All right? Then I said, yeah, come on, let's get in and do it. Yeah. All right.
But if she don't ask you, if she don't ask you to test your lights before when she give you the key, you don't ask her, do you?
Not then.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she don't ask, then you don't say anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she don't ask you, but like I said, I'm quite sure.
She will.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, that's what they've been doing. They give them the key and they check it first. But like I said, if she don't ask you then, if she just tell you, she come right behind you and she say, okay, let's start at the door, and then work to the coupling, doing the outside pre-trip. If she tell you that, then that's what you do.
Okay.
Then, like I said, but when you finish the service brake test and she's sitting there, then you can ask, ma'am, would you mind stepping out and helping me check the lights on the outside? And she'll do it, then she'll say, okay, or she said, don't worry about it. I might make the next person do it or whatever, you know. So either or, you can just let her know. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's it right there.